Zone. Shock the system. Welcome to the After Hours Lounge on 1620 The Zone, the 1620 The Zone app, and 1620thezone.com. When 6A to 6P isn't enough, the boys have you covered. Here's Jimmy Allen and John Schreiner.
Happy Taste Test Tuesday, everybody. Jimmy Allen, John Schreiner, Dan Campion with you here inside the After Hours Lounge, brought to you by Bellevue University. If you're looking for the ideal college experience this fall, head over to bellevue.edu. Register for classes and become a Bruin tonight. We talked about what Matt Rhule had to say yesterday. We're going to catch up with what the players that spoke after the first day of practice had to say yesterday as well. We have a very large announcement about what's happening with this show next month. We'll tell you what's happening there at 6:30.
We're fired.
We are fired. Thank you for all your hard work, NRG Media. The NFL has ranked, ESPN has ranked the NFL's 32 teams based on their 25 and under players. Where does John's Washington Commanders come at? We'll buy or sell on that topic at 7 o'clock. And then at 7:30, Keegan Grant, the head coach, heading into his third year at Buena Vista, will join us with his players in studio. 402-951-1620 is where you could join us, or you could punch in for the night shift on our YouTube. Go and leave us a comment about anything we're discussing tonight and weigh in with your thoughts as well. Cam Lenhart, Emmett Johnson, Luke Lindenmeyer, all three spoke yesterday. I'm going to start with Luke Lindenmeyer because it was refreshing how happy he was to be there. He was smiling, and I know he didn't intentionally do this, but his statement about, I don't know if I'm supposed to make an opening statement or not, was a lot funnier than he meant for that to be. But he said that with the talent that Nebraska has coming in, that Nebraska could realistically be tight end you. And I mean, listen, I mean, he was listed. A lot of people thought he was just going to be a really good blocker and not really amount to what he's become in Nebraska. And he even mentioned EA Sports felt that way because he's listed as a pure blocker on the video game. Yeah. But obviously, he's been able to develop and raise his game to a level from a pass catching standpoint. And he even basically gave us that defined moment. It was against Northern Illinois, and he was able to make a couple big plays, and that caught the coaching staff's eye. And I'm sure Matt Rhule is fine with him saying that out loud, but that's probably something you don't want somebody to say on the first day of camp is, hey, I went through this entire fall camp and worked my tail off, and the coaches didn't notice me until the third game of the season. We were getting some junk time against a group of 5 opponent. But that's kind of what Luke Lindenmeyer had to say, and he was talking about Dana Holgorsen, and he said that, Dana, when he came in, and we kind of got a glimpse of it when he talked at press conference, he didn't know who I was. He just said, get in there, 44. And it's incredible to think about how much different the offense looked last year without knowing personnel.
Yeah.
And I think that should give people a lot of pause for the cause for how good things could be heading into this season as well.
Yeah, his comments about showing up and making an impression in the Northern Illinois game are just indicative of something I've talked about for a long time. One of the things that has plagued Nebraska is the lack of those blowout wins where there's garbage time for guys to get in. And so you can actually see what they do against a live opponent and not just in practice. We talk about it at the high school level too. The way good teams stay good is that their starters play 3 quarters and then get the fourth quarter to go out and get experience, show what they can do. And maybe you find a guy who's just a gamer. We've heard this about Tommy Frazier back in the 90s. He wasn't always the best guy in practice, but when the lights flicked on at game time, there was nobody better. And there are just some people who are like that. The game environment changes them in some way, and you find those guys in those moments when you've got garbage time to get them on the field, and you honestly discover what players are capable of. Nebraska's had a serious lack of garbage time in recent memory, where they don't have the opportunity to find those guys.
I mean, outside of that one Northwestern game where Xavier Betts had that one end around, that was about it. But I'll even double down on that. For some guys, it's not even necessarily they're a gamer. I think for a lot of guys, when you line up and you've seen a defense so many times, you know what's coming, or you're hearing signals that you know what's going to happen. When you're seeing a fresh look and maybe somebody doesn't have the film on you or doesn't know your tendencies, and you have the ability to showcase what you can do against somebody that doesn't know how to scheme against you, there's so many benefits to that, especially with the level of coordinators offensively and defensively that we have in the Big Ten. And that's the other thing. I've been really surprised that both at Big Ten Media Days and yesterday, the lack of discussion about the fact that Nebraska is going into this year with two brand new coordinators that were not in those positions respectively a year ago. Yes, Dana Holgerson was up for the last 4 games, but not at the beginning of the season, not with a complete offseason. That has been almost a moot point up until this point of the of the offseason. That's very surprising. I think it's a lot because of the guy that's at the top of the totem pole.
Well, for sure. And when he was talking about the all the little things that Dana has them working on, of the details and not getting bored with the process.
Yeah.
And it seems like that, like we heard 2 offensive players speak about it, that folks are buying in. They're really buying into what the coaching staff is asking them to do, and it's apparent, and everybody's, like my favorite phrase, rowing in the same direction. That's, I mean, look, it's talk. We'll see it when we see it, but they're saying all the right things right now.
Yeah, and to double down what you just said about Luke Lindenmeyer, talking about the details, he said, we've been working on getting out of balance when we're supposed to, when to catch the ball and get down, how to hand the ball to the ref, and lining up and getting set on the ball and hurry up offensive sets. And I think those are things that when we turn on the PlayStation and hit the triangle, all 11 guys run up, so we just assume it's that easy, and it should be mindless, right? But when we talk about getting 11 guys to be on the same page, and then, like, I guess to some degree, probably closer to 60 guys with all the different reps here, these are things that need to be practiced, because when it comes to crunch time, like I think back to Amir Abdullah, and we're going to talk about him with Emmett Johnson's conversation from yesterday too. But there was that logjam with him and Aaron Green. There was so many running backs in that room that year. The reason the coaching staff said that giving him the nod to get more of the playing time for the freshman was because every time the ball hit the ground, he went over and picked it up. Whether it was a fumble, a loose ball situation, or it's just the end of practice, Amir Abdullah will be the guy that goes over and picks up the football. And I think in situations like this where you practice the routine things and make the routine things routine, you start to see those little nuances where guys are paying attention to the details while working on paying attention to the details too. We talk about the blowout situation. When you're repping this stuff in practice, you may see a guy that's paying attention that you're not getting a response from in meetings. Doesn't really break down the film as well. But when you're actually getting into the nuance of what's supposed to happen, they're doing things the correct way.
And this is my conversation about, high school talent and draftable talent and everything. And it's like the measurables are all nice, but are you a football player? Like, do you do the things on the football field? Running fast and jumping high are good indicators that you can do the things on the football field. But there are some guys who maybe don't run as fast or jump as high that just play the game better
and might outwork everybody.
And so those are all things that go, like paying attention to the small things, doing the basics really well. Like that, all that stuff matters.
A phrase of the offseason has been player-led.
Yeah.
We heard it at Big Ten Media Days. We've heard it a couple times from these guys, and Luke Lindenmeyer talked about that as well, talking about moving the coaches out of the dorms and being held accountable. And he was asked, well, did anybody oversleep? And I love this response. He said, not in the tight end room. That's my room, and I got my guys in line. So you can say all you want about being player-led. If that comes to the coaches, okay. Here's an extent of that, and this is actually happening, and guys are being held accountable by the top of their depth chart. And we can talk about player-led all you want. If guys at the top of the depth chart aren't setting the standard and aren't asking for perfection, you're never going to get it.
Yeah, and the fact that he is willing to just boldly say, like, that's my room.
Yeah,
he has
no questions. Thanks.
Yeah, no questions. I've claimed this. I'm the leader of the tight end room, and it's mine. And like I can appreciate that, because a lot of times, I think people mistake, humility and the lack of humility and where that intersects with leadership
and for arrogance.
Yeah. Cockiness and leadership are different things, and I think they can get mashed up in people's minds where you don't want to come out and say, I'm a leader, because that sounds arrogant. But there's a difference there. You can be a leader and not be arrogant about it. And this I appreciate, because he's not afraid to say it. He says, this is my room. But you need that. You need that attitude of people taking ownership of those positions.
Right. You could say you want player leadership all you want. If the players don't want that, or if you're asking some guys to be in leadership roles that aren't comfortable or can't do it, it's not going to be successful. Right. So you got to find guys like Luke Lindenmeyer that are not only willing to take the leadership, they're willing to own it. Because if they're expected to lead and they're not willing to hold guys accountable or instruct them on what their expectations are, you're never going to have success in that. They kind of feel like they've got a guy who is come through the process, been in this program for a long time now, has found success, and feels like he wants to be the leader of that
had
group.
to work his way into this position. Like it wasn't handed to him by any means.
Yeah, he was fifth on the depth chart at one point. So, we're gonna get to what Emmett Johnson and Cam Lenhart had to say on the other side of the break. Before we get there, what did you make of Elijah Pritchett not working with the ones in any of the footage that we saw? Is that a red flag for you? Is that a concern for you?
I mean, I think they're still trying to sort all that stuff out. You don't know. It could, you never know what's in the coach's mind, right? Because they're not going to tell you. Maybe they've got him on the two line to motivate him, or to motivate the guys that are on the two line to say, hey, even this guy is down here working. Like, you don't know what the process is. You don't know what the motivation is.
Allegedly, they paid him a ton of money to come here from Alabama too. And there was the Pro Football Focus grade on his ability to pass block, and that's always gonna be a thing until he makes it not one.
Yeah.
So, I find it really hard to believe on day one practice that's their concern when he really hasn't done anything in live reps with pads on while coaches are there. So I'm going to take that out of the equation, but I do find it very interesting. To me, that now makes that the most intriguing battle in all of fall camp.
Well, I think that spot was always going to be a battle.
Yeah.
Because there are some bodies there that have experience, right?
Yeah. On this team.
Yeah. So, and also this coaching staff is very much about making people earn it. Like, nothing is given. You have to win your job. And I think they believe in it. And I mean, looks like they're living it. So
it's a Taste Test Tuesday here on After Hours. If you want to eat and drink dinner and drinks on us tonight at Pasta Amore over in Rockbrook Village, head over to our Twitter page at After Hours 1620. Follow us on Twitter. Retweet the Pasta Amore Taste Test Tuesday tweet, and we're going to enter you into a drawing to win a $25 gift card to one of Omaha's best and oldest restaurants. It's Pasta Amore. If you missed our opening segment tonight, check it out on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. It's brought to you by Aloe Fiber. I've been rocking with Aloe Fiber for a while now, and I'm telling you, it is the real deal. Speaking of deals, check this out. Right now, you can switch, stack, and save. Combine Aloe Internet, DirecTV, and Aloe's new mobile services and lock in your price for 2 years, 24 months of premium services with no surprises. This deal is up for grabs until Labor Day, so don't wait. Get over to aloefiber.com/stack and save tonight. We'll be right back, getting into what Emmett Johnson and Cam Lenhart had to say here on 1620 The Zone.
Hey, everybody, it's John Schreiner here for Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear. Look, summer's coming to an end. I know we hate to say that, but that means it's football season right around the corner. And you know what that means. Yeah, it's time to update your wardrobe, because Jerry Ryan's got their great summer sale going on right now. Special 20 to 50% off all the summer goods: suits, sport coats, pants, sport shirts, shorts, polos, all of it, 20 to 50% off. You need to update your closet a little bit. If some of that stuff in there is getting a little old, it's getting a little faded, maybe it's got the little micro holes where your phone rubs in your pocket, just get on over to 78th and Dodge. Check out the great sale going on at Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear right now. Get your wardrobe updated for fall. It's Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, dressing Omaha for over 50 years.
Your Omaha area forecast presented by Funplex Water Park and Rides from the KETV Newswatch 7 Weather Center on 1620 The Zone.
Extreme heat into the evening with the temperature in the 90s. Then storms are likely later tonight. Heavy rain and high winds are a possibility, a low near 70. Morning rain and some thunder on Wednesday. Cooler, though, with a high temperature of 79. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV Newswatch 7.
Sisters of the Midlands and become a mentor where you are matched up with a boy in the greater Omaha area. Over 50 boys are waiting for someone like you to guide and inspire them. Visit mentoromaha.org and sign up to make a difference in a boy's life. Don't wait. Make a lasting impact today.
Heat flames are crashing all over the Midwest. Beat the heat with Controlled Comfort. If your AC is aging and you have concerns, Controlled Comfort is your one-stop shop for all your HVAC issues. Let Controlled Comfort's comfort specialists come out, diagnose your issue, resolve it, or replace that old AC unit with one that'll keep you cool in the months ahead. Head over to ControlledComfort.com today. Controlled Comfort keeps it under control.
This summer, skip the backyard hassle and let Pepper Jacks do the grilling for you. We're talking hot off the grill flavor. Philly sandwiches, rice bowls, nachos, and more made fresh and fired up just how you like it. Whether you're fueling up after the game or grabbing a bite before you hit the pool, we got your summer craving covered. Dine in, carry up, or hit up the Pepper Jacks app. No flames at home? No problem. We're grilling all summer long. Pepper Jacks, where flavor takes the field.
Pepper Jacks Grill. When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at pyramidroof.com. Never settle for less.
Criminal, civil, personal. If you or a loved one is facing a lawsuit, let Williams Law represent you and your family today. With more than 20 years litigation experience in Nebraska, Williams Law will defend you with the dedication you deserve. If you're facing a DUI or if your son or daughter has been accused of a crime, Williams Law is here for you. Call 402-522-6317 to get a free, no-obligation consultation and to get the representation you deserve today.
Why waste happy hour at 3 when you can get late night happy hour at Goose's? From 8 to 10, stop in for $1 off draft beers and $1 off all appetizers. Stop by our location in historic downtown Papillion, where there's always something going on. Music bingo or the 25 wing challenge, where you eat 25 wings in 10 minutes and they're free. Ditch the same old happy hour for the late night experience at Goose's Bar and Grill, 129 North Washington in Papillion, where there's always something going on.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
.618 on the Taste Test Tuesday at 1620 The Zone, brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu. Become a Bruin this fall. Check in for the night shift where J-Man lets us know that wants to give an RIP to Rhino, and his number 23 jersey is on today. A lot of people, not only in Chicago, but remembering one of the best and most memorable baseball players, really, of a generation. But we're wrapping up what Nebraska football players had to say yesterday, and we talked about what Luke Lindenmeyer had to say. I thought Cam Lenhart was maybe the most interesting guy to speak to yesterday, and I thought he did a really good job of owning the podium. Like, he seemed really, really comfortable in that element, which we haven't really seen him in that light previously, so I was a little surprised by that. But the other thing that was very noticeable, he's gotten a lot bigger as well.
I think we can say that about a lot of people
Fair.
on this roster.
Corey Campbell asked for a raise.
They have made some body changes, down in Lincoln, and I don't think you can. Like, you just look at, they are an all off the bus team right now.
Like, maybe more than anybody, Henry Witowski. Like, that dude just looks like he could just go outside and push this building over if he really wanted to right now. But Cam Lenhart said there's a real chip on not only his shoulder, but really everybody in the defensive line room to replace Ty and Nash from a year ago. I guess we're just going to start calling him Tash because that's what I almost
Tash.
said. But he said that everybody in that room just feels like
Every celebrity couple has a single word nickname.
Fair enough. There they are. We just did that for Ty and Nash. But he said that everybody in that room feels the loss of those guys from a year ago, and everybody's chomping at the bit to be able to fill those shoes. Now, again, this is a press conference, and they're winning it. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear that everybody is trying their best to not only help with the run stopping, but also replacing where they lacked in pass rushing from a year ago, and that's Cam Lenhart's specialty.
Yeah, the chip on the shoulder thing is interesting because I think a lot of us, especially in the media and fans, have wondered about this a lot about having those two guys who were, I think, they weren't fully appreciated by the awards committees and
Sure.
the all conference teams and all that, but they helped Nebraska be one of the better run defenses in the country over the last couple of seasons.
And the way he feels like this team is going to get there is he said that everybody that's behind him, he said, I'm excited about the depth, and the guys behind us, they're actually buying into what the coaches are trying to teach us. And I kind of read that as, well, there's some guys that maybe weren't doing that might be in Tallahassee now, because that's how that came across to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can take it a bunch of different ways. I just take it at face value.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It's just that, like, they're getting good buy-in. Everybody's pulling in the same direction.
And you talked about Keona Davis being his guy and the guy that they really are. He's kind of taken under his wing. And listen, Keona Davis is the guy that was you were letting get off the bus first anyway. And he said Keona Davis is even bigger and stronger, and he's making plays. And he's starting to believe in himself and get that confidence too. And kind of credit that to Trent Bray being an old school coach, but kind of taking time to get to know guys. And I didn't read into that as much as maybe the other guys didn't, but like more of this guy didn't really have to come in and try to do this right away, and he tried to establish in those relationships. We talk about the transfer portal and the NIL and all that. That's a great way to combat that as well, is get your footing in with some of these guys, get to know them and give them a reason other than money and playing time to come back. And it kind of feels like that might be what got Keona Davis to jump back out of the transfer portal.
I mean, I think we can apply the old logic here too. Like, people don't quit jobs, they quit managers.
Yeah.
Right. So in college football, it may be the case that players don't quit teams, they quit position coaches, right? If you don't have a good relationship with the guy, if you don't think you're getting a fair shake, if you don't feel you have a good relationship or a path to playing time, that would be the time you leave, right?
Especially if you get more money for it.
Sure.
Cam Lenhart went on to say that he's specifically been working on 1 or 2 moves this offseason just to try to perfect those things, whether it be a swim move or a move, like he didn't allude to it, but just giving examples. I find that really interesting because that probably means that he feels really good about everything else. It just wants to be able to, if we need a play here where we've kind of been lacking, we need a guy that needs to go get one. These will be my go-tos, and I got to make sure I can get those down before the season gets here.
This is something that I have complained about with Nebraska that I've kind of observed over the last few years. It's like, we'll see a guy who gets some limited action in his freshman season, and it feels like he's just out there with his hair on fire, playing, doing the things he knows how to do, doing them 100 miles an hour. And then we see that guy in his sophomore year, and it's like
just
paralysis by analysis, right? The second time around, you're like, man, what happened to that guy who was just going 100 miles an hour all the time? And now they're overthinking,
focusing on too much,
and trying to be too perfect. And it's just like, just play, just go play, because when you were raw as a freshman, we saw you have that potential. Like, and it's happened too often where we've seen a guy pop one year and the next year he's just like kind of frozen in space. And I hope that Lenhart can get past that, because that's what I think might have happened to him last year, is just like some of that raw talent, raw energy
went from a freshman All-American to being on a milk carton, really.
Yeah.
He was asked about John Butler's defense specifically. He said it's not that much different than Tony White's. And I think this gives a little people a reason to be happy about this, because a lot of people were questioning the move. And obviously, Tony White technically took a pay cut to go to Florida State. And why was John Butler the right guy? But Cam said, we feel like we can build off what we've already established here because of the similarities. So I think that tells you right there, we're probably going to still see a lot of 3-3-5 look with a little bit of change up. I think the biggest difference between John Butler and Tony White is going to be the pressure. I think John Butler wants to blitz more. Now, you need the secondary to respond accordingly for that reason also. Yeah. But Matt Rule's talked about getting out the field on third down, causing havoc plays, getting turnovers. One way to do that, send more than 3 or 4 guys back into the backfield.
Yeah, again, this is another thing it's nice to talk about, and he's saying the right things, and we can speculate and make guesses about what the defense is going to look like, but we have to wait to see it, right? Yeah. To make an accurate judgment, we can project, but until we see what John Butler's defense looks like, we don't know if it's going to look the same as Tony White's defenses, because White's defenses were pretty good.
Top 10.
They did a lot of good.
Nationally, not in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
He brought up one of the guys that I think a lot of people are going to be really intrigued to see, but I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because I just don't think he's there yet from an understanding the system scheme yet. And Williams Nwaneri, obviously 5-star player, 6'8", fits the bill of the guy you want to be the focal point of your defensive line. But he talked about everything I basically just said. He said he's good for the room, good guy, great character, but he's young. And I think that was kind of the thought on him at Missouri. I think that's the thought on him now. Now, Williams Nwaneri has 4 weeks to be able to prove people wrong and make an impact on this team. I think he'll play. I just don't think he's going to be as readily present as a lot of people probably want a 5-star defensive end to be, especially from a guy that's got SEC experience. So I found that really interesting because he kind of said what I think everybody was thinking about him.
I think so. This is one of those situations where it's incumbent upon the coaching staff to find a role for a guy who has obvious talent, has obvious athleticism, even if he doesn't have a full accounting of everything you want to do on defense, there are situations, there's a package that you can get him to understand in pass rushing downs, 3rd and long situations where like there's almost no chance that you're going to have a run fit, right? You're not going to have to read the pulling guard and figure out which gap you're responsible for outside, like none of that. If you can put him on the field and give him something in pass rushing situations, that's a guy that could produce for you there. And that's something this team desperately needs, is a consistent sack getter, a guy who can come off the edge.
You haven't had it since Randy Gregory.
That can come off the edge, affect the passing game by getting into the backfield and creating havoc, even if he doesn't have a full account. This was my biggest problem with Scott Frost when it came to wide receivers. He would always tell us, well, yeah, he's talented, but he doesn't know the whole system yet. And it's like, dude, build something that he does understand so you can get him on the field. He's too good to sit on the sidelines.
Quit putting Wyatt Lever in the game. Sorry, Wyatt. Emmett Johnson spoke yesterday also, and
bang.
He didn't really say a whole lot of anything that he didn't mention really at Big Ten Media Days, but he did say that he's really focusing on catching the ball out of the backfield, and said every day in the offseason he's caught 200 passes just to work on that. And
you believe that?
I do. I do believe that, because guys like this that are, listen, you got to remember, this is also a college kid that doesn't have anything else really to do, and this is his job. I believe that to be the case. But the most notable thing that he said that I believe, the thing that he said that caught my attention the most, is he said that Henry Lutovsky and Rocco Spindler have really been bringing the rest of the offensive line along. That's really interesting for a couple of reasons, right? One, Henry Lutovsky has been a perennial second string, third string type guy, and Rocco Spindler has been here for 4 minutes and 84 seconds. So that's more than
5 minutes and 24 seconds.
That's irrelevant. But I thought that was really interesting that when we talk about the leadership of that room, those were the two guys that specifically got called out, because also Henry Lutovsky got brought to Big Ten Media Days, and I don't think anybody saw that coming either.
Yeah. It's I think the sign of a healthy program, that a guy who can come in as a transfer and be looked to as a leader, and people don't look at him and say, you've been here for 5 minutes and 24 seconds. What are you talking about?
Some might say 4 minutes and 84 seconds.
Some might say that. Those people, I don't know why they're on the radio. But that a guy like that can come in and people don't just dismiss him as being a new guy.
Yeah.
They say, okay, this is someone who's got experience, who can actually help us out.
National championship experience.
Right. And for Henry Lutovsky, someone who's been in the program for a while, and people don't just go, who you talking to? Back up. You know what I mean? And that those guys can be respected and listened to and can be counted on to bring everyone else along. I think that's a sign of a healthy program.
Probably a lot of the reason that Henry Lutovsky was invited to Vegas also. Hey, if you missed this segment or you've only been listening for 4 minutes and 84 seconds, head over to our SoundCloud or our radio replay page at 1620thezone.com. It was brought to you by Pasta Amore. Again, if you're looking for a date night experience tonight, head over to our Twitter page at After Hours 1620. We're going to have you retweet the post of our Taste Test Tuesday from Pasta Amore. They gave us some delicious food tonight. That bruschetta was second to none.
And the focaccia.
And oh man, that bread was amazing. And when you talk about fine dining, there's no better experience than Pasta Amore right over in Rockbrook Village. We got the chicken and veal marsala tonight. If you want to try it out, head over to Rockbrook tonight. You could be eating and drinking on us. All you have to do is retweet the Taste Test Tuesday post today and follow our show on Twitter. And we'll into a drawing to win a $25 gift card to Pasta Amore tonight. We have a major announcement regarding this show in the middle of September when we come back. 1620zone.com.
Hey, everybody. John here for Bob at Williams Law. If you've ever sat down with a lawyer and he said something to you like 4 minutes and 84 seconds, you know you are in the wrong place and you need better legal advice. And Bob Williams, he'll never say something like that to you. In fact, he's going to sit down with you for the first time, not ask you to sign anything, not ask for any money up front, just to get to know you, get your questions answered, to get you ready for your day in court. That is the Bob Williams promise, the no obligation legal consultation. If you need legal advice, if you got questions weighing heavy on your mind, be they relating to a personal, civil, or criminal matter, then Bob Williams is the man you need in your corner. Check out WilliamsLawLLC.com.
Are you watching the water slowly seep down the drain again? Go with a local solution. Go with trusted. AX Plumbing is here to help. With over 20 years of serving the metro area, AX Plumbing can do it all, from residential to commercial. They can even help with the new build installation service. Head over to axpservice.com today. There's financing available to qualified buyers and military discount too. Check out axpservice.com today. AX Plumbing. They'll leave your place cleaner than they found it.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
The real game changer in college athletics, it's coaches. And at Bellevue University, there is an experienced team of coaches who know you both as an athlete and as a person. Plus, there are student coach advisors who are there to provide individualized academic support every step of the way as you progress towards your degree. At Bellevue University, you're not just another athlete. You belong. We're for you and for college sports. Visit BUBruins.com.
It's golf season, and Jerry Ryan is your one-stop shop to get out on the links this summer. With options from Johnny O, Roan, Peter Millar, and Mizzen and Main, you'll be the sharpest dressed guy in your foursome. Stop in and let John, Dan, Jake, Deanne, and Monier the Tailor get you ready for the golf outing circuit or your big wedding this summer.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
Goose's Barn Grill is the best kept secret in Papillion. A dynamite menu, live events, and great drink specials. 129 North Washington Street is the place to be all summer long. $3 tacos on Monday, the biggest tenderloins you can find on Tuesday, and celebrate Wing Wednesday with after hours with $1 wings on Wednesday. Goose's Barn Grill, 129 North Washington in Papillion. Open till 10 Monday through Friday and 2 a.m. on the weekends. Goose's Barn Grill, where there's always something going on.
When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at
PyramidRoof.com. Never settle for less.
Hey, neighbor. Oh, my gosh. Is your energy bill sky high again? When is it going to end?
Not anymore. My old windows were so drafty it felt like I had one open all the time. So I upgraded to Champion Windows.
Champion Windows? Are they really that good?
Whew, they're fantastic. Energy efficient, super durable, and backed by a lifetime guarantee. And right now, it's Champion's anniversary sale. They're celebrating over 72 years with 40% off new windows.
Wait, 40% off? That's a serious deal.
I know. I just went online and booked a free estimate. So easy.
So if I need windows and act now, I can save 40%?
Yep, but you gotta hurry.
Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit ChampionSaveNow.com to schedule your free estimate. Champion's 40% off anniversary sale won't last long. Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit ChampionSaveNow.com. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Select styles apply. Minimum purchase required. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
.634 on a Taste Test Tuesday here on 1620 The Zone. Thanks to Pasta Amore for sponsoring the food tonight. Thank you to Bellevue University for sponsoring the first hour tonight. If you're looking for the ideal college experience, head over to bellevue.edu and register for classes. Tonight, we have a major announcement. Do we call it breaking news?
We're going to Turkey to get hair transplants.
Why?
Why not?
I don't need a hair transplant.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. You know, I got a little fade going on in the back.
Dan's got the John Cena haircut going. Are we doing it?
We'll do breaking news.
I guess it's not that breaking, but as many of you
We've known for a while, it's not really breaking.
I don't think we've mentioned it on air yet.
We haven't.
No.
It's not breaking to us.
It's not breaking to us, but to the Night Shift and the patrons of the After Hours Lounge. For those of you that are fans of the show for a long time, you know that we've gone out to the last two Terrence Bud Crawford fights, and this one in Las Vegas, Nevada on September 13th against Canelo Alvarez. We will be present for this one as well.
Hell yeah.
And very excited for this one to be back in Vegas. John, you didn't get to experience the Spence fight. I don't know if we talked about our trials and tribulations from LA on the show.
Oh yeah, we detailed
okay,
them.
I couldn't remember.
Oh, we went like 3 segments full.
It was so bad I tried to block it out of my mind. But this one being put on by TKO and the folks at UFC, and obviously Dana White is promoting this one as well. On paper, it should be a little bit more smooth this time. Now that Riyadh Seasons has done a couple of fights in the
Riyadh Seasons.
I hope that DJ is not there this time. But very excited about that. We want to give thank you to Team Crawford as well as Julie Goldsticker, Bud's publicist, for again helping make this a possibility. But we will be live from Radio Row. We'll have a show on Thursday night. There will be a high school football broadcast on Friday night, and then obviously Big Red Overreaction will be on Saturday following the Houston Christian game. But all of our stuff from that week will be on our Twitter page and on 1620thezone.com as well. We're gonna be able to interview the fighters as well as the promoters and a few other things. So we're hoping to have a guest list for everybody before we get to Vegas. But we wanted to let everybody know that we will be there. What are you most excited about?
I've never been to a fight in Vegas.
Yeah. Okay.
So and obviously, like, this is the biggest fight in boxing. It's
the biggest fight in fighting.
There isn't a bigger one out there. So what's not to be excited about? It's my first time going to a fight in Vegas, and it's Crawford Canelo. That's all you need to say, man.
It's Crawford Canelo. It's at Allegiant Stadium. It's in an NFL stadium.
And it's a 3-day event.
Yeah. So there will be fights. So we're going to do our show Thursday, Friday before those events. And then Saturday, obviously much, much, much ahead of the Crawford Canelo fight. We'll go to the phones real quick. 402-951-1620. We'll go to Steve. Steve, welcome into the lounge.
Hey guys, great show. Hey, I was in the airport about a month ago, and my girlfriend had come back from Seattle, and I saw Bud Crawford walk on the ramp there by himself. Hey, it's Bud Crawford. I didn't talk to the guy, but hey, he's a great fighter. Here for Omaha. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves.
Thanks,
man.
man.
It's a good time. I can't wait to see him kick that guy's ass.
Yeah, we're hoping so as well. Steve, thanks for the phone call. 402-951-1620 is where you can get your phone calls in tonight. Yeah, and listen, I brought this up when we were in Vegas for the Spence fight. It didn't really feel like that in LA, and I think a lot of it was because it was LA and we saw a plethora of celebrities. But when we were in Vegas for Spence, people talked about, it's going to be so much, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's going to be an 80-20 crowd. It might have been 60-40 people that are rooting for Crawford versus Spence. And Vegas, obviously, a lot easier to get to than LA. I'm expecting this to be probably an 80-20 crowd for Canelo this time around.
Yeah.
Because it's Canelo Alvarez, but I'd be really surprised if there's not a ton of representation from the city of Omaha there for this fight.
Omaha's going to show up. I think Bud fans will be there. It's going to be hard to beat Canelo's fans. Though.
Anywhere, by the way.
He's got like a worldwide fan base. And not to say that Bud doesn't, but Canelo has been like the name in boxing for 10 years.
Basically after he fought Mayweather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting to see what the crowds look like and how much of the Bud contingent shows up. But man, such a cool experience to be able to go out there and be part of the media team and be able to go to the fight. Man, and it's just like, is this real life?
No shade to our friends at Matchroom, and we want to give thanks to Anthony and those guys over there for hooking us up last time. They know how to do fights in LA or in Vegas, excuse me. And the Radio Row, and I got a little privy of some of the people that are going to be on Radio Row that we're going to get the pleasure of sitting next to. It's going to be the who's who of not only just boxing, but sports. I mean, you're going to see people from around the NFL because it's at Allegiant Stadium. Mark Davis was at the Spence fight, famously with his girlfriend that's really close to his age at the last time, and it's in his building. So I have a feeling that's going to be the case this time as well. I'm really excited. Not only just to be there, but to I mean, when you talk about the buzz that started to come around Terrence Crawford in 2014 when he finished the Junior Golden Gloves and all that, and really started getting won his first world championship and all the fanfare that came around him. Fighting at 140, I don't think anybody ever thought this was the possibility. Now you're talking about a guy that unified 2 weight classes, is making a third jump, has already won a fight at this weight level, and is now taking on the biggest name in boxing. It's really an incredible story from start to finish.
So cool. Just another guy from Omaha. Right?
Yeah, just a dude.
Yeah.
Just another dude from Omaha making it big on the world stage. And look, if you know anything about like the way, like honestly, that the fight in LA with the Eminem concert and the fanfare and all the stuff around it, like it was a big show. Like they pulled, to excuse the pun, they pulled no punches.
Yeah. Well, and this is now a 3-night event. So
right.
Think about that and now give it 2 more nights.
And put the Zuffa name and TKO behind it.
Yeah. And everything that the Zone's been doing and Turkey Al Sheik. They know what they have here.
Oh, yeah.
The money they spent to make this fight happen and get Allegiant Stadium, they're going to pull their best John Hamm in here because they're not going to spare any expense. And people should be really excited.
There's going to be a T-Rex?
Don't never say never. Dan, what are you most excited about for our trip to Vegas?
So what I'm definitely,
you didn't get to go last time either.
I was going to say, what I'm the most excited for is, number one, how different the Las Vegas experience is going to be compared to the LA experience. Because even from like,
I'm going to be excited not to pay $150 for an Uber ride.
What we had to go through in Vegas to do
Los Angeles to do the radio show. And I know it was their first promotion, but the way that everything was kind of set up with Riyadh season, it was kind of like
not even just for us.
Oh, we're
for
going,
the fighters.
Oh, we're going to Santa Monica. Oh, we're going down to the Chinese Theater. Oh, we're going to.
Which are all famously 40 miles apart from each other in LA traffic.
We're going to put you in this random room where no one can see you. And you're just kind of like not around any of the other media people who are around. Whereas from what I got to experience the last time you guys were in Vegas, it was like,
hey, we're here.
A well-oiled humming machine where it was like, I was getting like calls and you guys were talking me through the talk back like, hey, we're going to have like this guy on right now. Just like put his name.
Yeah.
Put his name in the chat and like put him on like the big group cam that we have.
Yeah.
Cause it was like, we've actually got guests who are coming on.
And I from the limited of conversations that we've been able to have, and shout out to Steve Pratt and his team that handled the Spence fight. It'll be a different team this time, but the stuff that's being thrown my way, it's going to be more of that. I mean, we got to talk to Keith Thurman and Al Bernstein, and it sounds like they're going to set up Radio Row, and we're going to get some pretty special people from all walks of life of TKO, by the way, up and down Radio Row. So
can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we like listen. Dana White's at the top of the list, and that's a possibility of a guy that's going to be walking right by our table. I would love to interview Dana White and get his thoughts on this whole thing.
Yeah, you'll want to tune in to those shows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You don't want to miss it.
And I'm going to warn you now that obviously the other half of TKO is WWE, and if Triple H Paul Levesque walks by our table, you're going to have to sit there and just watch me interview the man because I'm not missing out on that opportunity.
What I am also the most excited for is I love our 2-hour show.
Yeah.
I love how 2 hours gives us the time and what we need to
my man
do a show. But on Friday and Saturday, we don't necessarily have to only have a 2-hour long show.
Yeah. It's going to listen. And I think that's going to be a little bit of the beauty of it too. Listen, we love doing traditional radio. We love, it being on 1620 The Zone, but that gives us a little bit of a freedom to kind of talk for as long as we want to and as long as we need to as well, while giving some love to our sponsors. But yeah, we are headed to Vegas for Crawford versus Canelo. We hope you can join us on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 3-day event. We'll be there up for the fights. Also follow us on social media at After Hours 1620 to keep track of everything we've got going on. Should we help Nick Grimm out and do a video blog while we're there since he's the director of video?
I mean, I'm going to be tweeting. I have a feeling I'm going to be tweeting personally a lot.
Dan's the manager on Twitter.
Because I'm going to be keeping people updated on like, hey guys, guess who's coming on the show right now?
Yeah. I have a feeling we're probably going to get a good idea of who's coming down the way. Because the way I think it's going to just be
like a car wash.
Yeah, they're just going to be stopping at every table and giving like 5 to 10 minutes, as opposed to when Steve ran over and was like, "Hey, you guys want to interview Keith Thurman?" And then we turn around, Keith Thurman's just already sitting in the chair. Like, we weren't going to say no anyway, but yeah, absolutely.
I can say Al Bernstein from that first time was the best.
This lady runs over, and she's like, I can't even. She asked us if we wanted to interview Al somebody, and she did not say Burns. Like, it wasn't that I didn't hear her. She gave us the wrong last name. So me and Rob are frantically Googling whoever this person is.
Al Blumenthal.
Yeah, basically. It's like, and we're like, all right, well, this guy owns a car wash in Pennsylvania.
Al Blumenthal.
Sure, we'll talk to him. Then he sat down. Me and Rob looked at each other. We clearly knew who he was. We're like, oh, okay, we don't need to do any research. All right. So and listen, he was hilarious too and was great. So we didn't get to talk to Sean Porter last time, which really sucked because he was doing his podcast literally right next to us, and obviously had a ton of insight on Spence and on Crawford. And it would have been great to have him. But those guys were so great for us. They came over, they brought us food, they asked us if we needed it. Like Sean Porter specifically, he just didn't have time to walk away from his podcast. We got to sit right next to the Odd Couple, who you hear here on 1620 The Zone after us. So really excited for this. I will be amazed if we're not amazed by the people that are sitting around us. I'll put it that way.
It's going to be fun. Don't miss it.
If you missed this segment, missed our big announcement, check it out on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. It was brought to you by Controlled Comfort Heating and Air. It's hot outside. Don't let it become hot inside. Also, temperatures are going to drop tomorrow. You worried about your furnace? When was the last time you kicked it on? Do you know if it's going to kick on? Get a maintenance appointment set up with Controlled Comfort. Head over to controlledcomfort.com. Get some peace of mind about your furnace before winter and fall get here. Head over to controlledcomfort.com and set up a maintenance appointment. Dan Campion is going to tell us what's trending on social media. We come back. 1620 Zone.
I just woke up in my underwear. No liquor left on the shelf. I should probably
Hey, everybody, it's John here for Paul Davis Restoration. If the storms recently have gotten you concerned about the structural integrity of your home, maybe there's some moisture starting to build up on those walls in the basement, maybe you're concerned about mold, or you've got some smoke damage because you burned the chicken. Well, no need to worry any further because Paul Davis is here to help. Just call 402-553-0373. They're going to come out and get your home fixed up to the way it was before the damage happened. It's going to be great. No more worries necessary. Paul Davis will get you taken care of. Save that number in your phone, 402-553-0373. And when an emergency situation arises with your home, you give Paul Davis a call, and they'll be out in a flash. It's Paul Davis Restoration.
Is the Force strong with you? Find out this July with Project Solo. Find your favorite Star Wars cans of your favorite Coke products through July 31st. Stop by your local Hy-Vee and pick up 12 packs of Coke for just $3.99 when you purchase 4 between July 2nd through the 6th. Also pick up half-liter 6-packs with your favorite Star Wars characters for $3.99. 16-ounce Body Armor or 28-ounce Power Rate singles, just $1 all month long. Hy-Vee and Chesterman Coca-Cola, creating Jedi all over Nebraska.
Heat flames are crashing all over the Midwest. Beat the heat with Controlled Comfort. If your AC is aging and you have concerns, Controlled Comfort is your one-stop shop for all your HVAC issues. Let Controlled Comfort's comfort specialists come out, diagnose your issue, resolve it, or replace that old AC unit with one that'll keep you cool in the months ahead. Head over to controlledcomfort.com today.
Controlled Comfort keeps it under control.
Are you ready for the game changer of the day? Bellevue University has a new state-of-the-art 72,000 square foot field house featuring premium courts, generous fan seating, top-tier locker rooms, dedicated athletic training, and a strength and conditioning space, plus a whole lot more. It's not just a venue, it's a home court advantage. We're for you and for college sports. Visit BUBruins.com.
It's golf season, and Jerry Ryan is your one-stop shop to get out on the links this summer. With options from Johnny O, Roan, Peter Millar, and Mizzen and Main, he'll be the sharpest dressed guy in your foursome. Stop in and let John, Dan, Jake, Deanne, and Monier the Tailor get you ready for the golf outing circuit or your big wedding this summer.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
Life is unpredictable, with seasonal storms and plumbing issues hiding around every corner. You can't predict the future. So when life happens, go with a trusted, reputable company like Paul Davis Restoration. Fire, water, mold, or storm damage can all be restored by Paul Davis Restoration. Don't live in the aftermath of tragedy. Restore your home today. Call Paul Davis Restoration at 402-553-0373 today.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Criminal, civil, personal. If you or a loved one is facing a lawsuit, let Williams Law represent you and your family today. With more than 20 years litigation experience in Nebraska, Williams Law will defend you with the dedication you deserve. If you're facing a DUI or if your son or daughter has been accused of a crime, Williams Law is here for you. Call 402-522-6317 to get a free, no-obligation consultation and to get the representation you deserve today.
You are listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
Wrapping up the first hour here on 1620 The Zone, brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu, register for classes, get the ideal college experience this fall. No classes on Friday. The majority of your schooling done online with live sports right on campus. Check out bellevue.edu for more details and become a Bruin tonight. I have a question for the two of you. We famously play closing time to wrap this show up. Do we need an end of the first hour song? That's something we need. Dan, thoughts? It's kind of your wheelhouse.
Would it be appropriate if it was
I like
the
where
song,
this is heading already.
By the Carpenters? But
Nope.
we do the Carl Weathers version where he's playing the piano in Happy Gilmore's Dream, and it's "We've only just begun."
I think this is
live.
why we probably need to have these conversations.
White face and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're
No, we don't need
our
that.
way.
We don't need any more of it.
And folks, this is what it sounds like when Jimmy regrets what he asked.
Don't be sad, happy. Look, I got both hands.
Dan, what do we what do we have for the social media soundbite tonight?
Well, respected journalist and guys who are on the radio, Steve Simmel and John Bishop and Josh Peterson were having a lovely conversation around about the 5 p.m. Time frame today. And
they host Unsportsmanlike Conduct on this station before us, in case you're wondering.
Indeed they do. And
indeed it was.
Josh and John were a little caught off guard by Mr. Stephen Moses Sipple today.
That is obviously Steve Sipple from Husker Online, talking with our friends John and Josh from Unsportsmanlike Conduct before us. And Steve just kind of laid it out there that Trev didn't essentially put his best foot forward to help Scott Frost win because of their personality and clash differences. And now listen, the cart was kind of already ahead of the horse before Trev got here, so that's a little bit understandable. But if he wasn't doing everything in his power to help the head coach at Nebraska win football games as the athletic director at Nebraska, that's very concerning.
I still find it hard to believe. Like I have a ton of respect for Steve Sipple. He's an institution in Nebraska sports media. I take issue with saying that Trev Alberts did not want Scott Frost to win football games. That's a pretty bold statement. That is cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like, if you do, like, an athletic director can fire someone for any number of reasons. It doesn't have to just be wins and losses. Have you heard of Bo Pelini?
Yeah, and listen, Sip said as much and brought up Sean Eichhorst, and Sean Eichhorst maybe not doing everything in his power to help Bo win either. But I don't think anybody of their right mind could look at the interactions in which Trev Alberts and Scott Frost had.
Well, they obviously didn't like each other.
And not even that, but when you look at every time they were in the same vicinity together, it was so uncomfortable. And you don't come out and say, there isn't a ton of data that would indicate this is going to work on bringing back a head coach if it was your idea to bring back the head coach. And I say that because there was clearly something beyond the athletic director's prowess about bringing back Scott Frost. And now maybe they were in a situation where somebody that was cutting the largest check needed to do so in order, and that guy needed to be the head coach for that check to clear. I don't think anybody in this room would be surprised to hear that. I don't know what other reason why there would be to bring him back. Now, if you're stuck in that situation and you're supposed to be in the power chair and things beyond your reach are affecting your ability to bring in the guy you want to, or more importantly, run out the guy you want to, you may put certain parameters in place to make sure you get what you want because you feel like that's in your right. I don't think that's that far-fetched of a statement.
If you're in charge of an organization and you are intentionally causing it to fail so that you have a reason to fire someone, that is unconscionable. That is absolutely beyond the pale.
Listen, don't wait for an argument. I don't disagree. I just think everything that we know now and the fact that Trev kind of left without cause and just headed down to College Station, and we know how much he didn't love bringing back Scott Frost in the year he did, I don't think it's that far-fetched of an idea to believe.
It's really hard.
It doesn't make it great. I mean, I don't feel great saying that out loud, but I'm not that shocked by it. Clearly, Sip wasn't that shocked that people would be shocked to hear it.
It's hard to get me there that he would intentionally sabotage the program so that he would have cause to fire the head coach.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you feel that same way about Sean Eichhorst and Bo Pelini? Because Bo basically said that in the recording that got released. Now, whether that's true or not, it's a whole nother thing, but kind of feels like that was the case.
Yeah, and look, like, there's always going to be sour grapes when someone loses their job.
Sure.
Like, remember a time when you got let go from a job? Did you say things to other people about that job that maybe weren't entirely true, that were just opinions that you had because you felt bad about? Like, I've done it.
I've never been fired.
Like, it just...
What a cool guy.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It just... Man, it's hard to get there for me. Like, to say, like, that you could actually put up barriers to keep your program from succeeding because you don't like the guy running it? Jeez, man. That's rough. That's tough.
Thoughts, Dan?
So number one, this is where I will go back to the Michael Severe tweet from about a month and a half ago now.
Have you ever seen his video? Michael made a video.
Where who do you think should write the book about Scott Frost's time at Nebraska?
And that's where this conversation came from, is they were kind of bringing up that book, by the way. So go ahead.
Is I will once again throw my hat in the ring and say that Steve Sipple is the one who I want to write the book, because I feel like he will take the reins off the horse and say, slap it on the butt and go, ride, horsey.
Before this conversation, my direct responsibility, and I think I may have said this to you, is I don't think Sip would ever write that book. But based on that conversation, I think maybe he would. I don't know.
Yeah, but then
402-951-6020. We'd love your thoughts.
I want to be clear. I'm not saying that I think Steve Sipple's lying.
Why are you calling Steve Sipple a liar? Sip, that was John Schreiner. I'm just putting that on.
I'm not saying I think he's lying. But it's you're going to have to present something more than what I heard there to get me on that side of the fence.
Which I will say, I find it hard to believe that Trev Alberts would purposefully tank a coach and a program that he, as a former athlete of said program and of said sport, understands the importance of to the people of this state.
I mean, dude, he up and left in the middle of the night. Is it really?
I also will agree with you, Jimmy, on every time Trev and Scott Frost were at the same podium together, it looked like
wasn't great.
A father bringing a child in,
a petulant child,
and the child was in like serious dog doo-doo trouble and did not want to be there. And Trev looked like he was just like obligated to have this dual press conference with each other. The strangest thing to me is if you just take Sip's statement at face value, just pure on the surface, if he wanted Scott Frost to fail and he purposefully allowed him to fail, why would he bring him in the first place?
He didn't. Bill Moose did.
He didn't, yeah. Bill Moose brought him in. And he famously, Trev Alberts famously said, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm bringing him back anyway, which tells you there was probably more at play than just Trev Alberts making that decision.
So was it Moose
hires
Frost, and then
it was Moose got
leaves.
hired to only hire Frost, basically.
And then Moose is there for what, 2-3 years? And then Trev comes in?
He's only there for about 4 months if you talk about all the time he's actually on campus, but
all right.
that's
Haterade.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that far-fetched of a statement. Now, was the things Trev doing detrimental to the program long term? We don't know the answer to that question. I don't think anybody knows the true answer to that question if this is true. So, I don't know. It was very shocking to me. I mean, if rumors are to be believed, you didn't really need to do a whole lot to sabotage that situation, obviously.
Sure.
So that's the only reason that I would have a hard time believing that. I don't have a hard time believing this at all.
Also, on the flip side of that coin, isn't it nice right now to see the relationship that Rule and Dannon have?
Oh, yeah.
Like that they're just, but I don't know if they're like boys, but they're definitely like
they're
very
boys.
Cordial.
And I told you guys,
extremely cordial.
I told you this one that he got hired. It's hard to find somebody that doesn't like Troy Dannon. He's just one of the most likable human beings I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. Hey,
Probably because he's a straight shooter, to be fair.
If you missed the social media soundbite tonight, check it out on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. It was brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. Do you want a whole team to manage your social media presence? You'll have an entire team to entice your ideal client online. If you don't want to post your Facebook anymore or manage your Instagram, head over to our friends at pixelfiremarketing.com tonight. Work with Dan and the team. They'll get you an entire team to manage your online presence tonight. Check out pixelfiremarketing.com for more details. We'll buy or sell on the other side of the break. 1620 The Zone.
To find the reason why my money's all gone. I got a donation.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for AX Plumbing, home or residential. they can do it all. And I can tell you that from experience. They came out and they installed a urinal at my business. They also came and fixed the wax ring underneath my toilet. They water jetted my entire line out. We haven't had a backup in our house since AX Plumbing came out. If you have long-term plumbing problems at your house but don't have long-term plumbing solutions, axpservice.com is the place for you. AX Plumbing is locally owned and operated. They have financing available on the website. They can get rid of all of your plumbing problems and help you pay for it along the way as well. Check out AXP Service for more details tonight.
Are you watching the water slowly seep down the drain again? Go with a local solution. Go with Trusted. AX Plumbing is here to help. With over 20 years of serving the metro area, AX Plumbing can do it all, from residential to commercial. They can even help with the new build installation service. Head over to axpservice.com today. There's financing available to qualified buyers and military discount too. Check out axpservice.com today. AX Plumbing. They'll leave your place cleaner than they found it.
This summer, skip the backyard hassle and let Pepper Jacks do the grilling for you. We're talking hot off the grill flavor. Philly sandwiches, rice bowls, nachos, and more made fresh and fired up just how you like it. Whether you're fueling up after the game or grabbing a bite before you hit the pool, we got your summer craving covered. Dine in, carry out, or hit up the Pepper Jacks app. No flames at home? No problem. We're grilling all summer long. Pepper Jacks, where flavor takes the field.
Pepper Jacks Grill. The real game changer in college athletics, it's coaches. And at Bellevue University, there is an experienced team of coaches who know you both as an athlete and as a person. Plus, there are student coach advisors who are there to provide individualized academic support every step of the way as you progress towards your degree. At Bellevue University, you're not just another athlete. You belong. We're for you. And for college sports, visit BUBruins.com.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Life is unpredictable, with seasonal storms and plumbing issues hiding around every corner. You can't predict the future. So when life happens, go with a trusted, reputable company like Paul Davis Restoration. Fire, water, mold, or storm damage can all be restored by Paul Davis Restoration. Don't live in the aftermath of tragedy. Restore your home today. Call Paul Davis Restoration at 402-553-0373 today.
When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at
PyramidRoof.com. Never settle for less.
Are you dreaming of your business dominating local Google searches, drawing in customers effortlessly? Look no further. I'm Courtney, the Google gal from Pixel Fire Marketing. Need assistance with your Google business profile? From verification to getting more reviews, fixing maps to tackling annoying Google calls? I've got you covered. Your profile sets you apart and ensures you're the top choice for local customers. Visit fixmygbp.com for our $297 special offer. Visit fixmygbp.com for more details.
KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone.
The second hour here on 1620 The Zone, brought to you by Pyramid Contractors. You don't become #1 in Omaha for over a decade by accident. Head over to pyramidroof.com. Set up a free estimate for your windows, your roof, your gutters, your siding. They can do it all. Check out pyramidroof.com for a free estimate tonight. Dan Campinen has buy or sell. Dano?
I do, John. ESPN ranked all 32 NFL teams by their talent of ages 25 and younger. Your Washington Commanders come in at 3rd on the list. Buy or sell that third is the proper spot for Jaden Daniels and the boys.
I looked at this list and I don't hate it. I will say, however, that there's a team on this list that I think is ranked too low. And I would think,
is it the Washington Commanders? Because that's what I thought.
No, because so they break it down by blue chip players under 25. And they only list 2 for Washington. Jaden Daniels and Brandon Coleman, offensive linemen. The team that I saw that was like, oh, whoa, they have, look at all those guys. They have the Detroit Lions at 6. And when you look at the players that are on that team that are under 25, Penei Sewell, Terrion Arnold, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
All pretty damn good.
Penei Sewell's a 2-time All-Pro, and Kirby Joseph was All-Pro last year. They've got 2 All-Pros under the age of 25. Like, that might be your number 1.
Here's why I think they're at 6, because 3 of those guys are all actually 25, so they're about to age out. So maybe they're looking at them as olds, John. I think that could be why. But listen, I would put Houston 1, which they do have, obviously, with C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson coming out of the same draft. Throw Derek Stingley into that equation as well, and obviously Tank Dell, if you can get him on the field. I think
he's too old now.
Deserves to be in that discussion. I was really surprised to see Seattle at 2, though.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't know. Would I put Washington ahead of Seattle? Probably. I think I would, just because of what Jaden Daniels means at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a quarterback that's a blue chip talent under the age of 25, that's different than having a defensive tackle that's a blue chip talent under the age of 25. I think it matters more at the quarterback position. So 3's probably right for Washington, because I would put them ahead of Seattle. But man, that list for the Lions is amazing.
Yeah, there's a reason they've been as good as they have, and in theory, they should only get better if they can all stay healthy. What else we got, Dan?
Well, real quick, the Green Bay Packers are 23rd on this list.
Yeah, it's because you guys are old.
Go to HE double hockey sticks, ESPN. That's crap. Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, Dontavian Wicks, Tucker Kraft, and Luke Musgrave. We don't get any credit for Tucker Kraft being like our best wide receiver.
Because he's
at the tight end position.
I was going to say
that's the point.
You get the point of 23rd. It's not last, Dan. It's not last.
Well, to you, ESPN, I say boo. Other people who probably boo, Cleveland Browns fans. Their owner, Jimmy Haslam, has denied speculation that the Browns have the intention of tanking for Arch Manning today. Buy or sell, the Browns should tank for the first overall pick.
Well, it wasn't even that. He just basically came out and said, I didn't want Shedeur Sanders, and our GM made me take him. So he was doubling down on 2 quarterback takes today. But listen, I don't think anybody ever is intentionally tanking unless they come out and talk about it like the 76ers did for a couple of years. I think the Browns just suck, and they're going to probably end up with the first pick anyway. There's just so many unknowns specifically about college football players that haven't played a ton of snaps. Perfect example. See what Chicago went through after drafted Mitch Trubisky. Now, I think Arch Manning is 10 times the talent Mitch Trubisky was, but not a lot of playing time there. I don't think it's in anybody's best interest to tank for any quarterback in the upcoming draft.
The Browns should definitely not tank. No team should tank. Tanking is stupid. I don't like it. It's bad for the game. It's bad for the fans. It's bad for the people that show up and make the game possible.
Yep.
Like, you should try to win every game that you can, because there are people who pour money and care into your franchise, and for you to intentionally or unintentionally, quote unquote, lose games.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It's so disrespectful.
That, and going back to Jimmy's 76ers example, doesn't always work out.
Fair enough.
Respect the process, Dan.
I don't. They
Fair
got
enough.
Ben Simmons and what is it, Markel Smart?
Marcus Smart?
No, the other guy.
Oh, no.
The guy who like immediately tore his labrum and then tore it again.
Oh, no, they also got the big guy. Why can't I think of his name off the top of my head right now?
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, thank you.
They got a lot of bad out of that. Tyrese Maxey, though. That's
working out for him.
That's all right. ESPN did a best and worst from an alternate jerseys in college football. They listed Nebraska's 2012 Wisconsin game along with the Badgers and the Michigan uniforms with the block lettering, as the worst of all time. Buy or sell, ESPN did it correctly.
I'm gonna give you a really, really hot take here. I don't think ESPN has ever been more correct about anything that they've ever put out. Yeah, absolutely. Those were the absolute worst. I'm so glad they didn't catch on. Don't ever bring them back, even in an ironic stance. Please don't do this. Not even on an April 1st. These were the absolute worst jerseys of all time.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. The giant N on the front.
I guess you knew who it was. I mean, it wasn't really.
Yeah, nah. And then Wisconsin had the giant W. It was poorly executed by Adidas. Like, I understand what they were going for, and it was a bold try, but not all bold tries are good tries.
You guys know me. I'm a big believer in thought process. That's why
You're also a big believer in not wearing alternate uniforms.
I'm also a big believer in the fact that you have to have a thought process on the decisions you make. Like if you're going to go to a football game where when you see everybody in the stands wearing red, you should probably wear red to it, things like that. This had to get through somebody's approval to make it on the field. It probably had to get to a lot of somebody's approvals to get on the field. And that's what makes it even worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, dollar signs make that go really
I don't know
easily
why anybody would have ever bought these things. Dan?
I do love that they have a Lifetime Achievement Award one, and they're just like, it's Oregon.
Yeah.
It's always going to be Oregon.
The reason this stupid stuff happens anyway. Yeah.
Remember when Oregon had a million different uniform combinations?
That's
we like
every
that.
year.
Andy Staples listed his top 10 offensive coordinators in college football, and Dana Holgorsen, not on the list. Buy or sell, Dana deserves to be top 10.
He absolutely deserves to be top 10. You want to know why he's not on this list? I think a lot of people forget he's not a head coach anymore and probably just kind of get swept under the rug because they're just assuming he's going to be a head coach sooner rather than later. So they put this on the list of guys that maybe haven't been head coaches yet.
What has Dana Holgorsen proven as a coordinator?
Ding.
That he's good enough to be a head coach somewhere. Somewhere's plural.
Okay. Head coach. What has he proven as a coordinator?
Right, but he had to be a coordinator at a successful level to get to that respect and get that job. He's also a Mike Leach descendant.
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
We'll see what happens this year. Then I'll have the argument. For now, he's ineligible. He's been a coordinator for exactly half a season at Nebraska.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's absolutely a chance. Next year, he could absolutely be on this list. Right now, no.
Got us to a bowl game.
Fine.
All right.
Put 9,000 points up on Wisconsin.
Oh, that was such a sweet game.
Against Luke Fickell.
Thanks again,
Who
Allie.
did a lot as a coordinator.
For being a good sister and
Did a
getting me
lot
that
as a
ticket.
coordinator.
Yay.
Which sister?
Allie.
Oh, thanks, Allie.
There was a clip released today from Pittsburgh Steelers camp. Pat Fryermuth throwing up his hands in frustration after he was running wide open, but Aaron Rodgers checked down to the running back. Buy or sell, there is likely already trouble in Pittsburgh's paradise.
That's a lot of peas. Pat Fryermuth, Pittsburgh's paradise. Listen, this is just training camp. It's a new quarterback learning a new system and new pieces. With that being said, Pat Fryermuth was wide open and clearly beat his guy. Kind of surprised Rodgers missed him, but it was a 7-on-7 drill. It doesn't mean anything. I think it's fine.
Yeah, like I know that at this time of year, we break down every little snippet of practice video that we get and we dissect it like it's the Zapruder film and we try to break it down frame by frame. And what does this mean? And it's not that deep, man. A guy was frustrated because he was open and he didn't get the ball thrown to him.
It's going to happen every single game, by the way.
That said, there's big trouble in Pittsburgh because Aaron Rodgers is going to ruin that franchise.
Hey, we're going to catch up with Keegan Grant, the head coach of the Buena Vista football team on the other side of the break. If you missed Buy or Sell tonight, check it out on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. It's brought to you by Controlled Comfort Heating and Air. If you need to break glass in case of emergency when it's 102 degrees outside, we've got the number for you and the website. Head over to ControlledComfort.com for any of your AC or your heater problems that you may be running into, maybe prepping for the winter months coming up. If you've got questions about your HVAC, Controlled Comfort has the answers. Head over to ControlledComfort.com tonight and set up a maintenance appointment with the team. We'll be right back talking Bison football right here on 1620thezone.com.
Said, and I gotta get a bike and I gotta paint it red. Oh no, we gotta go.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for Williams Law. Bob with Williams Law comes in every single week, breaks down all the legal issues facing the major college sports, the major pro sports. We ask him questions that are too big for us to answer. If you have big-time questions that you need the answer to, you need to head over to WilliamsLawLLC.com tonight. Bob and his team are going to sit you down. They're going to give you a free, no-obligation legal consultation, whether it's criminal, civil, or personal. Williams Law is the call for you. Head over to WilliamsLawLLC.com. Get a free, no-obligation legal consultation tonight.
Your Omaha area forecast presented by Funplex Water Park and Rides from the KETV Newswatch 7 Weather Center on 1620 The Zone.
Extreme heat into the evening with the temperature in the 90s. Then storms are likely later tonight. Heavy rain and high winds are a possibility, a low near 70. Morning rain and some thunder on Wednesday. Cooler, though, with a high temperature of 79. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV Newswatch 7.
This summer, skip the backyard hassle and let Pepper Jacks do the grilling for you. We're talking hot off the grill flavor. Philly sandwiches, rice bowls, nachos, and more made fresh and fired up just how you like it. Whether you're fueling up after the game or grabbing a bite before you hit the pool, we got your summer craving covered. Dine in, carry out, or hit up the Pepper Jacks app. No flames at home? No problem. We're grilling all summer long. Pepper Jacks, where flavor takes the field.
Pepper Jacks Grill.
Heat waves are crashing all over the Midwest. Beat the heat with Controlled Comfort. If your AC is aging and you have concerns, Controlled Comfort is your one-stop shop for all your HVAC issues. Let Controlled Comfort's comfort specialists come out, diagnose your issue, resolve it, or replace that old AC unit with one that'll keep you cool in the months ahead. Head over to ControlledComfort.com today.
Controlled Comfort keeps it under control.
Are you ready for the game changer of the day? Bellevue University has a new state-of-the-art 72,000 square foot fieldhouse featuring premium courts, generous fan seating, top-tier locker rooms, dedicated athletic training, and a strength and conditioning space, plus a whole lot more. It's not just a venue, it's a home court advantage. We're for you and for college sports. Visit BUBruins.com.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Life is unpredictable. With seasonal storms and plumbing issues hiding around every corner, you can't predict the future. So when life happens, go with a trusted, reputable company like Paul Davis Restoration. Fire, water, mold, or storm damage can all be restored by Paul Davis Restoration. Don't live in the aftermath of tragedy. Restore your home today. Call Paul Davis Restoration at 402-553-0373 today.
Are you dreaming of your business dominating local Google searches, drawing in customers effortlessly? Look no further. I'm Courtney, the Google gal from Pixel Fire Marketing. Need assistance with your Google business profile? From verification to getting more reviews, fixing maps to tackling annoying Google calls? I've got you covered. Your profile sets you apart and ensures you're the top choice for local customers. Visit fixmygbp.com for our $297 special offer. Visit fixmygbp.com for more details.
Ready to make a positive impact in a young boy's life? Join Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Midlands and become a mentor where you are matched up with a boy in the greater Omaha area. Over 50 boys are waiting for someone like you to guide and inspire them. Visit mentoromaha.org and sign up to make a difference in a boy's life. Don't wait. Make a lasting impact today.
You're listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
$7.24 on a Taste Test Tuesday here at 1620 The Zone, brought to you by Pyramid Contractors. If you're looking for a free estimate for your windows, your roof, your gutters, your siding, they do it all. Check out PyramidRoof.com tonight. Making his return to the After Hours Lounge tonight, Keegan Grant, the head coach of the Buena Vista Bisons, joins us tonight, and we're going to talk maybe a little Northwestern football here in a minute. But let's talk about
Buena Vista all the way. Come on,
the team next to you. You brought in Seth Ashby, Jace Ablon, and Adrian Cook with you tonight. Coach, last season you started off 2-1 and obviously got out of the gate a little bit hot, but didn't finish the season probably the way you guys wanted to. What did you learn in that 3-game stretch about this team a year ago? How do you make that portable to this season?
Well, basically, we kind of learned from that was kind of finding what our identity is going to be, kind of figure out where we're going to be, where we want to take it, what we were doing successfully, running the ball, passing it, kind of figuring out our identity. Because most teams, like you talk, like you go to like Central, they're going to be an Air Raid team, or
Sure.
Bellevue West. Like brand new program, kind of year 2, year 3 varsity. We had to figure out what we're going to be. What's Buena Vista going to be known for? And we kind of figured out like, hey, we can run the rock pretty well.
Yeah.
And when we had some guys step up, we started running the ball well. We started having success with it. And I kind of like, that's where we kind of took this identity moving forward into the season. I mean, weeks 4, 5, 6, I mean, that's probably the biggest meat grinder you could probably see in Class A going last year and this year.
Point.
I'm like, who else goes Central, Bellevue West, and then wrap up with North? You're talking like the number 5, number 2, and number 3 team back to back. So going through that meat grinder kind of taught our kids about perseverance, how to go through, like, and then kind of show them like, hey, you guys we talk about, everyone talks about making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. And we talk about like, these are the teams that you want to be, you want to get to that level. This is the teams you got to play like.
There's a reason they have a number next to their name.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you have to play. And then the last 3 games of the season, we got competitive more and more and more. And like I want to say, the week 9 against South Sioux City, I mean, it was first time we go into the halftime. There's no running clock.
Yeah.
Our kids kept toe to toe, and it just kind of got away from us there a little bit towards the end of the second half. But the kids learned from it and they grew from it. Like I said, this past summer, we've had more kids show up over the summer, and that's, summer teenagers. That's the biggest thing, like trying to get them to come here and be invested. Like, we've had twice as many kids ever than we had in the past 3 years.
That's awesome.
So it's like things are trying to go here. We're kind of building the empire, as you will.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, about 2 years ago when we came back here, we wanted to be the school in the South.
Right.
And we're building the way to it right now.
I imagine it was a bit like building the plane as you're flying it when you take this thing over, right? We talk with a lot of coaches about culture, and it's a different situation from you, because when we talk to a new head coach, they're coming into a situation that's been around for a long time. You had to come in and establish a culture and build it from the ground up. What was that process like for you?
A lot of like push and give, like trying to figure out where I wanted my vision to go and how well that's going to mesh with like the mentality of the school and our players, and trying to get community involvement and community to build into it. So it's been past couple years has been kind of still figuring that out. Like we're year 4, but we're still trying to build what our culture is. And like I said, last year, it kind of it developed. We started to see what our identity was going to be. We started to understand like we needed to be here. And then kind of like if we wanted to take that next step, what it takes to get there. So it's been fun to kind of see the kids more so than my staff and myself kind of develop their own culture and having them push each other, have them go like, hey man, we want to get more than 2 wins. You got to be here. And seeing them take that over from our seniors, seeing Jace yell at other guys about learning the plays. Like, hey, if you don't know the plays, get out of the way. If you know it, you're playing. If you don't, you got to learn it. So it's been trying to get that culture, trying to get that expectation of like, we need to be here. You need to put the work in. Everyone comes into every practice. Everyone does the weightlifting. What are we going to do to set us aside from that, to set us above that, to get us to the next level? And then watching them kind of invest and slowly start not just believing into what I'm saying and harping, but actually like, hey, bring another guy with you.
Other off the field, away from the football field, what has been the most fun about building this program away from the football field for you personally?
The best thing I think is working with the middle schools. So my background is I did play at Northwestern 5 years, coached there for 5 years. And so I have a lot of good recruiting, and with Blue Stem being brand new, Norris kind of being like our feeder school, it's been the most fun is going out to those middle schools, connecting with their coaches, their players, and kind of build like a feeder, because this is not like small school Nebraska where it's like you're going to this elementary, you're going to go to this middle school, you're going to this high school.
Yeah.
Like my hometown was Coal City. You went to Coal City Elementary, Coal City Middle, Coal City High. That was it. There's no other options. So here it's, where do you want to go to high school? Central, North, South, Bryan, Buena Vista, Westview, Burke. So it's different. So we have to build our pipeline. And the only way to do that is to get out into the community and get the community to be like, this is where we want our kids to go.
And I'm sure there's also the aspect of it of I want to go to Central because my dad went there. I wanted to go to South because my dad went there. It's not like you guys have an alumni base to base off of that you guys can get kids that want
we
to
have
be.
one class of alumni.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And hopefully none of them have kids yet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's hope and pray. Like I said, yeah, we don't have that.
Is that a problem that you guys are running into though?
I mean, outside the extent of like fundraising,
No.
no.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's because we're so new, because like I said, the culture's still developing, because we're still building those relationships in the community. We don't have that problem because now people are like, we're looking for a fresh start.
Yeah.
We know what we're going to get when we go to South. We know what we're going to get when we send our kid to Burke or Bryan. Buena Vista is a new option.
Yeah.
It's something fresh. And like with Dr. Carr leading the way, she's trying to build that school into like to be like the beacon in the South. Like, that's the school. Like if you are looking to have a good experience for 4 years in high school, you want to go to Buena Vista. So combining working with her and trying to get all that vision to become a reality, that's kind of like what's been our crutch.
Yeah.
To lean back on, because we don't have we have 37 years worth of boosters behind us.
Yeah.
Right.
Us now, we're fresh, we're new. We got to build in. It's new blood. Everyone's coming in. It's all fresh. Be on the ground floor.
They want your kids to develop an app and make millions of dollars so you can get back to the high school.
So
Any of you guys developed that, remember Coach Grant years and years and years ago.
From a football perspective on the field, what are some of the hallmarks of the program? What are some of your beliefs about the way the game should be played that you want to see from your team?
Good smash mouth football and being a good sport. Between the whistles, it's an absolute battle. You can hate that person. You want to beat the crap out of that person. That's perfectly fine. That's football at its core. That's what we're going to be about. We're going to hit you in the mouth all the way to the whistle, and then we're going to go right back to our huddle, and we're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. That's kind of been the mentality I had when I was playing. It's kind of the mentality that I try to instill in the linemen. It's kind of the mentality I want to keep with our kids. Like, hey, between that whistle, it's a battle, right? When the whistle blows, game's over. Shake up, be good friends, be a good person, because outside the lines, it's not the battle now. It's now you can be friends with each other. Now it's, hey man, you got me good in that first quarter. You knocked my teeth in, but I got you back in that third quarter.
Well, let's talk to one of those guys that's going to be doing some of the smashing for you. Seth Ashby is with us tonight. Seth, go and step up and grab the mic. You're new to this program. Why was it the right time for you to come to Buena Vista, and how's that change gone for you?
I feel like the reason why that was the best fit for me, like it was the coaches, they have experience. They're not like.
Would you say this if Coach Grant wasn't here tonight?
Yeah. Like we got Coach Grant, we got Grinnell, we got Tuma, we got the
Who all gave you $5 to say their name?
yeah, Omaha Beef.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah, they all have like experience, and they're very good coaches. Like they kind of instill what they learned from the game when they played.
What do you think you can bring to the team as a newcomer?
I feel like I could bring a sense of like leadership, or like just try to be the best me I could be and help others at the same time.
You played offense and defense previously. Is that the plan at Buena Vista as well?
Yeah, whatever helps the team, and whether that's just offense, just defense, both, every snap, one snap.
Where's your passion? You want to play offensive line or defensive line if you have to? You only get to pick one for the rest of your life. Which side of the ball are you playing on?
I love D-line. I
Okay.
love being able to hit somebody.
Coach Grant just had a heart attack.
As a newcomer to the school, how have you gone about building those deep relationships? Because we hear from people all the time, like the best teams are close teams, right? Those are the teams when they win, they say part of our success was because of the relationships we had with each other. How have you gone about building those relationships with your teammates?
I feel like it was more just going out there and being myself, and just trying to be myself around the guys instead of trying to be like somebody I'm not.
Authenticity. Yeah.
And I feel like that's the best way you could go about making relationships with other people.
Well
like,
said.
Whether you're going into a new team or not.
Thanks for being here tonight, man. We really appreciate it. Good luck this fall. Jason, we'll go over to you. Jason Blond is with us tonight as well. When we talk about the defensive side of the ball this year, where do you want to see this defense grow the most, and what does that look like this fall?
Well, I really want us to be
making a lot more stops, turnovers, tackles for loss, like all of that. I want us to really grow and be able to not let them score every drive.
Sure.
Yeah.
You also wrestled and ran track last year. Why was it important to you to be a 3-sport athlete?
I mean, wrestling teaches the perfect fundamentals for tackling, teaches you conditioning, everything you really need to be a defensive player. And track, that's just acceleration, speed, explosiveness. It's what you need.
What's your event in track?
I do the 100 and the 200.
Okay.
But it's all in service of football. Football's the big passion. I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it. There was one word that kept being repeated there. What personal goals on the gridiron have you set for yourself this year?
Just like I said, for what I want for our defense, I want sacks, maybe a few picks, some tackles for loss. I want some fumble recoveries for sure.
Okay.
What were the conversations inside the team like after the way last season ended?
It was really missing the seniors, really. Wish we could have gotten another year with them, but we got to move on. So now we're back to a new team and got to work hard and build this team up and
It's
let them take over.
It's probably really hard for you to appreciate what you're going through because you only know what you know, right? And
Yeah.
you've only been at Buena Vista, so it's a situation where you don't have these seniors your first year when you walk in, and now you've only had a group of seniors one time, and they're already gone. Have you had time to kind of appreciate how unique of a high school career you've already had up until this point?
I've thought about it. Yeah, we have grown up with each other.
Yeah.
Honestly, so missing the seniors, yeah, that'll be a thing. I've played with them all 3 years since that was the most I could. But
Did you have that mustache the whole time? Yeah. Hey, Jace, thanks for being here tonight, man. We appreciate it. Adrian, we'll go over to you. We'll catch up with the Buena Vista football team. Adrian Cook is with us tonight as well. Are you the most nervous out of all three of you? Yeah. Good. Step up to the microphone, man. Hey, how have you seen this offense grow through your 2 years in this program and specifically this summer?
I mean, to me, we've gotten better and better every day because compared to my first year here, where we only scored 8 times, we've almost doubled that my sophomore year. Hopefully, we can do even better than that this year.
So what have you been focusing on this offseason?
Just improving on my footwork, getting better where I can, and helping the team out where I can by like memorizing plays and knowing what I have to do on certain stuff.
You play running back and defensive back for this team. Where do you specifically think your game on either side of the ball can improve the most?
I think this year at running back because I'll have more opportunities to run the ball this year and just more opportunities to play my game and see how I can effectively run, and because our new running concepts that we have will help me be able to maximize my running abilities.
A coach called you out. He said you've been telling people to get off the field if they don't know the plays, kind of taking a leadership role. Why was it important for you to assume that leadership role this year?
Just because, like Jace said, we just lost our seniors. Someone needs to step up, and we already have great upcoming seniors like Jace. So also need some people from underclassmen to step up and show them what to do and what's right.
I have a hard time believing you're the guy yelling. Usually, are you louder than this on the football field?
Yeah.
Hey, Adrian, good luck this fall. Thanks for being here tonight, man. We appreciate it. Coach, we'll go back over to you to wrap this up. We'll catch up with Keegan Grant, the head coach of the Buena Vista Bisons here on the After Hours Lounge. We talked about it. We joked about it. What defines success for this team this year, and what does it have? What do you guys have to do to make a run to state?
Success, I would say, you kind of do like statistics. I like to go ahead and just.
You're good.
I swear this thing here. Success. We look at the stats from last year, right?
Yeah.
We have our averages. This is what we got for first down, second downs. Success for this year is beating all those averages. If we allowed 42 points against an opponent last year, be better than that.
Yeah.
Shove them down to 35, 28. We only rushed for 150 yards in one game. Let's rush for 200. So if we can just beat ourselves and get improved from last year, that's success on the field for me. That means we are going in the right direction because we're playing against the same 9 opponents. So if we did better in all aspects, offense, defense, special teams, than we did last year, that steps in the right direction. And that builds. You look at it. When 2-1 to start, that's a hot start.
Mm-hmm.
We build on that. Now maybe we start 3-0. That changes the whole narrative for the whole season now. Now you're a half of the way there to make the playoffs. So you want to talk about a state run, it's hit one game at a time. We go 1-0, already better than we did last year. 2-0, better than we were last year. 3-0, better than we were last year. And you keep building that up. And before you know it, 6-3, 5-4. That puts us in a spot to make the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And you look at it, When's the last time a school from the South Omaha area, Omaha South, Bryan, made the NSA playoffs in Class A?
It's been a while.
About
2007.
2008.
Yeah,
It's been
2000.
almost none of these guys in the room right now have been
Yeah.
alive since that last time. So just to make the playoffs, that will set us apart. That kind of steps into that's success.
You mentioned same nine teams on the schedule this year. Is that a benefit for you guys in your eyes?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because now you have a better idea to game plan as coaches.
Yeah.
We have an idea of who we're going to be going against. I mean, it's kind of like what when you're in college. When you know who you're going to be playing in and year out, you kind of develop a feel of like what their tendencies are, what their coaches are going to be calling, what their offensive coach kind of likes to lean to, what their defensive coach likes to lean to. It kind of helps you develop strategies to help propel your team to get a win, right? Because everyone's going to have great players. Everyone's getting coached up on both sides of the ball. The job as a coach is to put us in the best spot possible to win. And knowing what your opponent's going to do, that helps tremendously.
Northwestern's picked to finish 14th in the Big Ten. Thoughts?
Come on now, you got to have that Northwestern magic. You know, that, the Lake Michigan miracle, man. You walk in there, the breeze hits you sideways. Oh, there you go. There's a top 14 team in the country getting knocked off.
Well,
circa Wisconsin.
Yeah. We just hope it's not Nebraska around here, Coach. We appreciate your time tonight. Good luck
you guys.
this fall. That's Keegan Grant, the head football coach of the Bison over at Buena Vista High School in South Omaha. If you missed their segment tonight, check it out on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. It was brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration. Seasonal storms are here, and if they affect your home, they can in multiple ways. Maybe if your roof's damaged, you get water damage behind your windows, or maybe you just left the oven on too long and got some black stains on your cabinets. Paul Davis can restore your home the way it was before the damage happened. Call 402-553-0373 tonight, or store that number in your phone, because you could always use a restoration company. 402-553-0373 is how you can get a hold of Paul Davis. Get a hold of them tonight. Which teams will, won't, and should build off their success from a year ago in college football? We'll tell you on the other side of the break. 1620 The Zone. Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for AX Plumbing. 'Tis the season for tree roots to be clogging your drain. If you've got a problem with your water backing up in your basement while you're running the dishwasher or the washing machine, maybe just taking a shower, and every time you got to rush downstairs to make sure your water's not backing up, you've probably got tree roots in your main line. Have AX Plumbing come out and water jet your line all the way up to the street. They'll run a camera down to give you a diagnosis of what's blocking up your line and exactly how bad those tree roots are. Head over to axpservice.com. Book an appointment tonight.
Is the Force strong with you? Find out this July with Project Solo. Find your favorite Star Wars cans of your favorite Coke products through July 31st. Stop by your local Hy-Vee and pick up 12 packs of Coke for just $3.99 when you purchase 4 between July 2nd through the 6th. Also pick up half-liter 6-packs with your favorite Star Wars characters for $3.99. 16-ounce body armor or 28-ounce Power Rate singles, just $1 all month long. Hy-Vee and Chesterman Coca-Cola, creating Jedi all over Nebraska.
Are you watching the water slowly seep down the drain again? Go with a local solution. Go with trusted. AX Plumbing is here to help. With over 20 years of serving the metro area, AX Plumbing can do it all, from residential to commercial. They can even help with the new build installation service. Head over to axpservice.com today. There's financing available to qualified buyers and military discount too. Check out axpservice.com today. AX Plumbing. They'll leave your place cleaner than they found it.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Ready to make a positive impact in a young boy's life? Join Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Midlands and become a mentor where you are matched up with a boy in the greater Omaha area. Over 50 boys are waiting for someone like you to guide and inspire them. Visit mentoromaha.org and sign up to make a difference in a boy's life. Don't wait. Make a lasting impact today.
When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at PyramidRoof.com. Never
settle for less.
Criminal, civil, personal. If you or a loved one is facing a lawsuit, let Williams Law represent you and your family today. With more than 20 years litigation experience in Nebraska, Williams Law will defend you with the dedication you deserve. If you're facing a DUI or if your son or daughter has been accused of a crime, Williams Law is here for you. Call 402-522-6317 to get a free, no-obligation consultation and to get the representation you deserve today.
Why waste happy hour at 3 when you can get late night happy hour at Goose's? From 8 to 10, stop in for $1 off draft beers and $1 off all appetizers. Stop by our location in historic downtown Papillion, where there's always something going on. Music bingo or the 25 wing challenge, where you eat 25 wings in 10 minutes and they're free. Ditch the same old happy hour for the late night experience at Goose's Bar and Grill, 129 North Washington in Papillion, where there's always something going on.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
Wrapping up the After Hours Lounge on a Taste Test Tuesday. It's not too late. Head over to our Twitter page. Retweet the Pasta Amore Taste Test tweet. We're going to enter you in a drawing to win a $25 gift card to Omaha's best date night spot, Pasta Amore in Rockbrook Village, celebrating 40 years of being in business this year. We're not going to give you our trash takes next. We're up against it. We're going to do Will, Won't, Should in this segment. Will, Won't, Should teams that could build off their success in college football from a year ago. I'm going to start us off with our Will. And guys, I think I have a new front runner after doing this for our group of 5 team that might make the college football playoff. I have Buffalo in that spot.
Buffalo.
Al-J Henderson, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago, back. Victor Snow, their leading receiver from a year ago, north of 700 yards, back. 3 of their starting offensive linemen that started every single game last season, back this year, returning 9 of their 11 starters on defense. The win total in Vegas is 7.5 for this team. They won 9 a year ago. I think I have Buffalo winning 10, maybe 11.
Oh my!
Winning the MAC, and if they can especially start the season off hot because they open up with Minnesota, if they're able to knock off PJ Flex squad, we could be talking about Buffalo in the college football playoff this year.
That is a bold take.
I'm definitely taking that over 7.5. You're returning more than 80% of your productivity.
Right.
I'm good.
Okay. We'll see.
Who will?
Who will improve on their success last year? I think it's the Baylor Bears.
A lot of people have them playing for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah. Look, they won their last 6 regular season games a season ago after a very rough start. They have a returning quarterback in Sawyer Robertson, who many think is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Maybe the best quarterback that you don't know anything about in Baylor. And I just think that Dave Aranda is basically coaching for his job this year.
Yeah, if he could stop being a weirdo, he'd be probably better
and he
off.
has to stop being a weirdo. That's true. I just feel like this is the time for Baylor. I think they have a legitimate shot at winning the Big 12 and making the college football playoff.
Dan? Who will build off their success from a year ago?
That's my name, and I think so. I will admit, as per usual with the majority of these exercises, I took it as teams that were extremely successful last season.
Yep.
They're going to make that last push.
That's what we're talking about.
In my mind. But, you've given group of 5. John's given Baylor that wasn't, ranked in the top 25 at the end of the season. I went with Iowa State for my will.
Okay.
As you know, we around here in Omaha have been honking it for Matt Campbell for a while.
Honk, honk.
He is a great head coach, and I think Iowa State is going to have that last little push just over the edge. I'm going to say finishing last year 11-3, I know to them, technically 11-2, was a bit of a, albeit slight disappointment, but things shake out slightly differently at the end of last season. They're probably in that final college football playoff spot in SMU's place. So I'm going to put all my chips on the table and say Iowa State. Go Cyclones.
Anybody in Ames is disappointed by an 11-2 season. I need some of what you're drinking. But you might be right, Dan, because obviously they were one of those teams that thought they had a shot of playing their way in.
I'm going to give them the Ludovico treatment.
For my won't, I'm going to go with Arizona State.
That's a pretty good one.
Because I don't think we can quite appreciate how much they're going to miss Cam Scatteraboo this year. And listen,
Yeah.
I like Sam Levitt just as much as the next guy. I just don't think Arizona State wins the Big 12 this year, and I certainly don't think they win a playoff game. And for them to build on what they did last year, they would obviously have to surpass that. I don't think there's any chance that happens this year.
My won't is one of the darlings of college football a season ago.
South Carolina?
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
Oh, okay. Oh, great answer.
They pulled off some pretty magical upsets. Diego Pavia talked
a fraud.
He talked a bunch of junk. But listen, nobody's going to sleepwalk against Vanderbilt this year. Everyone's going to come into the Vanderbilt game now like, look, if we don't play against this team, they could beat us.
Could they be the most fun team if they're able to, though? Like
if they're able to, that's a big if. It could be really fun. I just don't see it happening. Like, it was a fun story. It seems like a flash in the pan to me. They're back to being an SEC bottom feeder, in my opinion.
Dan, who won't?
Speaking of fun stories, Indiana is my won't.
Oh, okay. Honestly,
Just
that's where I thought you were going.
that is actually, I thought you were going there too, and I was quickly looking at my alternates list and going, come on, who else could it be? But I think Curt Cignetti caught a little bit of lightning in a bottle last year. Obviously, the transfer portal and the JMU stuff can't be understated when it comes to making this pick for me. The fact that he had so many transfers in from a system that they already knew how to run, and he was able just to, on day one, say, hey, if you have any questions, there's a whole group of guys here who can explain my offensive and my defensive scheme to you. This is exactly what we want to run. This is how we want to run it, and I've got a bunch of guys here who know how to do it. I think Indiana will have a modicum of success this year. Will it be the same amount of success as last year? I do not think so. I will be happy to eat my words eventually. But right now, my words taste good in my mouth the way they are.
Well, let's talk about who should be feeling pretty good about their chances of building off the success they had last year. For me, it's Washington. I mean, they still went 500 a year ago, still ended up playing in a bowl game. They lost it. Manageable schedule this year. They still have Jed Fish as a coach. They should be able to win 8 or 9 games this year, and that's obviously building on the success that they had a year ago.
My should is the Texas Longhorns. Who has more money than Texas? Maybe Ohio State.
Yeah, not a whole lot of teams.
Who has a more talented roster than the Texas Longhorns? Maybe Georgia.
Maybe.
They have quarterback Jesus in Arch Manning. They have all of the support, all of the fan, just rabid attention. Like, there's no reason that Texas shouldn't be, at very least, one of the Final Four teams, probably in the national championship game, based on all that they have.
Let me ask some. If they miss the playoffs, is
Big
Steve
failure.
Sarkisian fired?
I don't know if he's fired, but
The discussion's happening, I promise you.
his seat is highly combustible.
Dan,
Right.
who should be able to build off their success from a year ago?
Great.
Sorry.
Furiously typing.
I wanted to get one last word in there, just as I'm getting one last word in now. Who should? It's America's team. Why do I call
Texas
them
Tech?
America's team? Because they're the ones who are protecting our borders and are protecting us from everything bad that could happen.
Army
is going to be way better this year. They finished great last year.
I don't know about way better. Way better, Dan?
Way better. Because all they have to do to legitimately be better this year is just beat Navy. You can survive with one loss on your schedule, I think, and still make it to the college football playoff. Heck,
you have Army
Boise
going
State did it
11
with
and 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who are they truly going to lose to on their schedule? Tarleton State?
Tarleton.
I like Tarleton better. I'm going to keep it that way.
Hey, Dan, where's Tarleton State?
Texas.
You're
Hey,
right.
hey,
Their logo is a big Texas.
Hey, John, what's their mascot?
You might have got me.
You
Wildcats?
I don't know the answer to that question. Dan, they play Kansas State. They also play Tulane, and they also play Temple, who I think is going to be vastly improved this year also.
Just beat Navy.
And they've got to play UTSA. You know how I feel about UTSA. Hey, you know how I feel
Famously not in El Paso.
Famously not.
We learned that last night.
You also know how I feel about the After Hours Lounge, and you can always catch it on our radio replay page on 1620thezone.com. If you missed any of it tonight, check it out there. It was brought to you by Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber brings an entire gig network right up to your house. Not only that, they're going to save you some money with the great deal they have going on right now, all the way up until Labor Day. You could save and stack with Allo Fiber. They're going to combine their internet with DirecTV and their new mobile services, so you get coverage all over the United States from your mobile service. You get great reception, no issues with your TV. You're never going to have buffering from your internet. Check out allofiber.com/stack and save tonight. For John Schreiner, Dan Campen, and I've been Jimmy Allen. Happy Chicken Wing Day, everybody.
No.
Heat waves are crashing all over the Midwest. Beat the heat with Controlled Comfort. If your AC is aging and you have concerns, Controlled Comfort is your one-stop shop for all your HVAC issues. Let Controlled Comfort's comfort specialists come out, diagnose your issue, resolve it, or